I'm Simply Lesa because I tend to live a kind of simple, off grid camping lifestyle. Uh, I'm nomadic, for those of you who don't really know me well. Um, and yet, let me rephrase that. I'm not nomadic because nomadic means that you go from one place to another place to another place and then repeat the cycle. And I'm not that. I'm a world traveler. I prefer to go explore new places. And because I have health issues that I learned over the years were an autoimmune disease and severe allergies. Because of that, I tend to live 85–90% of the time outdoors. So I may sleep currently in my off-grid seasonal cabin because my engine blew in my vintage mini rig. That was a year and a half ago. I'm still waiting on that engine to get rebuilt. I operate my life on a low fixed income. I have been on SSDI since 2004. Actually, I became disabled in 2003, but I didn't get any money till 2004. And I prefer to live debt-free, though that's not always what's happening with me because of choices that sometimes you have to make in an emergency situation. Okay, now that's kind of housekeeping stuff. Let's do a couple of quick other things. Please, if you have a subject you'd like me to speak on today, or you really, really, really want me to see your message in your comment, would you please do me a favor and please put 3 uppercase Q's first so that I'll see it as messages scroll past, because sometimes messages go past my eyes fast, because we're a little community out here on Sundays. We kind of chit chat and check in with each other and things of that nature. Let's see, what else do I need to do? I have super thanks. If you want to donate to the channel and cause and whatever else, you can do that through super thanks, or you can just send the little, what are they called? The little thank you hearts on the side. That's a choice you have as well. I forgot what that's called. Reactions or something. If you would do me a quick favor, evidently, according to some of my other people I follow on their lives, the algorithms seem to pick up lots and lots of hearts and lots of flames and lots of whatever. So would you guys take a few minutes and just slam the comments with, in your comment itself, a row or two of hearts or flames or something, just to show the algorithm that you really do like what I'm doing, like Iris just did. Thank you so much. What else? I don't know. I'm starting to use the comment section of YouTube a little more. My goal is to make that where I put the weekly Wednesday update things and quick pictures of what's going on during the week. I still have not changed some of the membership stuff, but I'm getting ready to. I like the idea of having membership, but I don't want you guys to have to pay for things. I couldn't afford it myself, so why am I asking you to pay for something that you just want to know what's going on with me? None of us have money. Inflation sucks. Um, and so I just don't want to be asking you to do something I couldn't do myself. So that being said, thank you, all you people. I'm seeing hearts and things. Thank you so much. Um, okay, is that? Hey Beth, help me out. Did I forget anything in that? I'm still having my. Okay, Miss Sonia. I think I told you guys last week. I tried coffee all by itself. I separated it from other allergens and I seem to be okay. Yes, I have dark circles. We'll talk about that in a minute. I haven't been sleeping good. I'm having a personal interaction with someone else issue in the local area, and that's about all I can say or want to say. So, for right now, if y'all would just pray about that for me, that I, have the wisdom and the guidance, and that the great creator will speak through me to these other people, and that this issue will get solved uh, quickly and smoothly, because I'm not sleeping well behind it, and that's not good. Okay. I just also learned that the local market swap meet will probably, thank you, Jeremiah, will probably be open tomorrow as Labor Day. I don't know, I forgot which day's Labor Day. I think it's tomorrow. Anyway, so I will probably go for a little bit, as long as we don't get, crazy, crazy rains that I'm not expecting. But because we've been getting really late monsoons in my area right now. Um, in my area. In the area. Yeah, it is my area. Anyway, so I'm kind of glad that I was guided by the great creator to go ahead and um, build this cabin during COVID year. Because of what has happened in the last year and a half, having a safe, weatherproof place to be, even no matter the size. It's not it's not much larger than a box truck. It is a little bit, but of course it feels much larger because I did a cathedral ceiling inside. So this is a 12-foot by 12-foot square. I believe a lot of box trucks are more like 8 or 10 feet wide by 10 or 12 feet. So it's just a few feet different than the size of a box truck. So don't think I'm in this. Some people who have visited me, by the way, visiting me is by invitation only. You are not allowed to just show up at my property. Had trouble with that in the past. Okay, anyway, I've been at this YouTube. I've had YouTube since 2004. Been monetized a long, long time. I limit how much money I make because I'm currently on SSDI, disability, and I am a few months away from being on retirement Social Security. Under the on retirement part, I can make more money, but right now I can't. There are limits, and there are things that have happened in my past that I don't trust people and agencies and things. And so that is one of the reasons why I really don't do any more pushing to make money. I appreciate when people have helped me over time. I have an Amazon store. I love it when you guys use that, and it helps me get an extra $10 every few months. I love it when you buy me gifts from my Amazon wish list, because I often put on there things that I can't afford to buy for myself on my income. I am open with my finances and income, which under the Stoic part of my belief and ethics, whatever, is not something you normally do. But I think that it helps so many other people that I've chosen to go ahead and be open. Because a lot of people just assumed because I know Bob Wells or because I found inexpensive property or because I've been out here a long time, they just assumed I have a lot of money, and I don't. Actually, with the engine issue that happened a year and a half ago, I had to spend my entire emergency fund, plus those of you who love me and wanted to help me, who sent me money to help fix issues with the vehicles. Um, all of that got spent. So currently I have no emergency fund, and I get $1,100 in Social Security disability each month. For many, 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 many years, I have done everything online with my cell phone that was my free cell phone through a government program. We have lost part of that. So I think it's 2 months ago, I chose to buy into Visible. And so I now have Visible. I have not put a link out on the descriptions yet, but I should for Visible in case you want to use my code and help me out and, do get Visible phone yourself. But I ended up having to both buy a new phone and pay for that. So now I have a new expense that is a monthly expense that is right around $50 a month. Okay. It has not really helped my signal issues to have Visible, but it has helped when I'm away from my property and cabin. It has helped with signal when I'm out and about. But right here hadn't helped that much. I probably should have taken Nomad Internet up on their offer, and I may contact them. I'm considering that. They had months ago, not a year, maybe it is a year now, had offered me a deal. But I knew that once the deal was over, I couldn't afford their service. And so why would I bring an expensive service to my followers who often follow me because they can't afford any more than I can? So, okay. Please remember to use the uppercase Qs, 3 uppercase Qs in front of what you want me to see in the comments so I can either speak to it or answer your questions. Please bring questions in because I'm about to go check and see who's here and say hi. If you don't mind, if you put in where you're at, something not traceable, like I would say, I'm in Apache County, Arizona. That's what I put out on my live stream location things. So I'm comfortable with that. You could just say I'm in the Southwest. You could just say I'm in my van. I'm on my property. I don't care what you say. But it's kind of cool that we kind of get we get to know each other. Let me also, as I'm getting ready to go check who's here and say hi's, remember the thumbs up. I think there's 17 or something and only 8 thumbs up. Thumbs up help, flooding the comments with other stuff. I'm trying to remember. So to be honest with you, this morning when I got up, because I haven't been sleeping well, I kind of went, oh man, I don't even want to do a video. And then I was like, yes, but some people need this that are not me. And when I do this, it changes how I feel. So here I am. So let me go check. Please remember the uppercase Q's so I can focus quickly on the things that I really need to speak to. Um, and oh, you know what else was happening last night? About the time I was going to bed, there were gunshots. There were so many gunshots, and nobody lives in the direction of where the gunshots were coming from. So there was a quick communication through text messages because it's the only way it works in this rural area. Because if you text people in a rural area, what often happens is when the signal works, the text message will go. And if it doesn't work, it just sits around. And so eventually, those of us who have been at this a long time, eventually we'll get the message, we'll answer you, someday you'll get the message. The other day, it took 2 days for somebody to get a message I sent. They were like, wow, you just said this. And I was like, oh, no, that was 2 days ago. But anyway, yeah, I had communication in a text message with my neighbor who went out and fired a couple of rounds to let the people know, wherever they were shooting from, to please not shoot this direction. There's other people. I've had in past years when there were very few people in this area, I've had bullets zing past my head. That's scary. Okay, going back to check and say hi to people. And what did I just see? Poconos? Wow. We used to go to the Poconos when I was a kid for the Feast of Tabernacles. Usually that falls around September. Anyways. Okay, there's Iris and Beth. Good morning, y'all. And Donna R. Good morning. And Sonia. Good morning, Miss Sonia. I have not picked up my mail, Miss Sonia. That's I did see something was delivered. Donna K. Good morning. How are you guys doing? I kind of understand that Homer and Kat have been going through some stuff, not privy to everything, or not, I didn't have permission to say everything. But if you guys would just keep them in your prayers, they're struggling. But I believe that they've gotten back in touch with their church of their choice. I'll leave that up to her to say who it is, but whatever. And so I think they're going to start getting some help from the church of their choice. And I'm saying the church of their choice. It's a bigger church, so that they're associated with. And so I think that they've reconnected with that. That may help them and their situation. So just, pray about that. So Donna K. Lesa, okay, I'm not quite sure how to say it. Can I just do Lesa L? Thank you for all the hearts. And Donna H, hi. And Donna R, we saw you. Thank you guys for all the hearts. That is so helpful. I understand it helps the algorithm to pop me up more so that people will, come over. Do you guys realize on my actual YouTube channel, which I do need to work on more, how many times this week have I said, I should have filmed that, but I can't do everything. And sometimes I'm so busy in the work, I forget to put the phone and thing in the tripod up. But let me just say, we've got more than 7,000 subscribers on my channel. And I know if I worked it harder, we could have a lot more people. Now, there's the whole crowd that wants to see what's going on with my my vintage Chevy Tracker. I'm still waiting on Stan and the shop I'm in the queue, but I'm still waiting for the day when they have the engine rebuild table cleaned off, where they can come put the 3 engines we've got on the table and start to do something with that. Of course, when that starts to happen, I know me, I'm probably going to get a little nervous about, do I have enough money because I may have to sell the blue car in order to pay for the white one. I don't know yet. But right now, I'm so blessed to have had the opportunity to get the blue car so I could live and have my as much a normal life as possible while I've been waiting on this whole thing. It's really been hard, but as you can imagine, only having $1,100 per month, it's challenging to do things like rebuild engines. So Jeremiah, thank you. Uh, Dig Samurai, are you another Zuki person? I love my Zooks of Arizona people. Evidently, Ron didn't realize that the reason I haven't been to any of the campouts and events and the Zuki Paloozas was because I don't feel comfortable taking this blue car any further away from home than I can tow it back. And so that limits me. And he wasn't aware. So a lot of my Zuki people feel out of touch with me. I haven't been on my, Little Truck's website. He offered to pay me money to write articles, and it wasn't a lot, but it was like, I just can't wrap my head around everything I've had to do. And if you think about it, staying on my property, yes, I live simply, but I'm camping here. This is sort of like summer camp. It's not much different than living in vans and nomadically, or in vehicles, because, I basically have bucket toilets right now. I don't really have running water. I am limited on lots of things. And I'm allergic to propane. So I can't just go fill a propane tank and have heat and water. I burn wood to cook on and stuff. And yeah, someday I'll be able to show you guys some of that stuff, but it's work. And I know that, Mary was here last week. She's not going to be here today, by the way. She had something come up. But uh, she has a better understanding now of how I really live and how I go through this. And she was kind of like, wow, I couldn't do what you do. Now, and I know Babs tells me that all the time. The roads are better getting out here than they were when I first came. And I think I first came here in 2012. And I actually bought my property in 2016, which someday I'm going to do a little founded sign on the cabin. I just like the idea of putting, established in 2016 or something like that. I like that idea. But anyway, so I feel like I'm getting kind of stuck. But the samurai person said they think Tuesday is Labor Day. Okay. And I think, yeah, anyways. And Tuesday is technically my payday. Well, I think too. Be careful saying what I'm saying online. Anyways. Oh, Lisa L, I did see that comment even without the cues. Thank you. Yes, that's a good idea. I have done that many times. Um, is that Francis? Hi, Francis. Thank you, Donna R, for all the hearts. Shadow Wolf. Oh, that's wonderful, Shadow Wolf, that it's nice on the East Coast. It's nice here, weather-wise. Really sunny this morning. I hope it fills those batteries up quickly. It's been chilly at night. And I don't want to say the cold word because you people who are in colder locations will be laughing at me. But it's been in the 50s, but having been in the high 90s for weeks this summer, it feels chillier. The cats are chillier, things are. Anyways, but yep. So hi there. Hi, Abby, welcome. All you new people, welcome so much. Lisa L. Oh, that's great that you had rain. Okay, let's see. Hi, old lady. Well, thank you so much. Yes, hi back at you. You must be younger or something. And yeah, I'm not young, but that doesn't mean I don't have some experience and some stuff to share. And if I can help you guys, I will. There were a lot of times in my life when nobody was around for me. So, and I say nobody human, but God's always had my back. So here we go. Um, Abby. I see that Shadow Wolf must have been Nomad Internet. Yeah, I said no so fast, and then I didn't know if I did the right thing, but they're they're almost the same price as Starlink. Yeah, they have a little battery pack that's 12 volt, and they only run on Verizon networks. So what good's that going to do me when my Verizon signal's so bad right here? And because Visible's Verizon too. I was hunting for somebody that had something that would run on as many other networks, so that like when you're traveling and stuff, it would just pick whatever network it could get to. And I found a couple that were interesting, but they're trying to get Starlink prices. And I'm like, I just can't, I don't have it like that. So the channel at this moment is not able to support that kind of $150, $200 a month payment thing. So the channel itself is not supporting that at this stage of the game. Right now, most of the money that's coming from the channel is supplementing my income at the moment. I'm almost done with a lot of the larger projects that make it a little more comfortable here in this off-grid, dry, seasonal cabin, so that when I have to be here, it's easier to survive, because it feels like survival camping. It really does. And I have a little bushcraft in me, I have a little old school stuff going on, little low tech. I have some good friends. I have a really good friend who goes by online, like I do, SimplyLesa, and other people go by their things. He goes by low tech, and I met him because of that. And anyways, that's really cool. Okay, uppercase Q's. How is Wendy and the Killer Kitties? Little one and I are enjoying the Pacific Coast. I'm glad you're enjoying the Pacific Coast, Iris. Wendy is doing great. She has worn her little pink thin t-shirt since last night. She wore it like pajamas. And she still has it on. She's out sitting in the sunshine outdoors. Uh, but I don't want to move the phone today. I don't want to go through any more hassles. I'm tired of hassles. And she has gotten bigger since I got her. So her little t-shirts aren't fitting well anymore. The pink one fits better than the other ones, but I have to squeeze her into them. So I need to measure her, find out what size she is. I've got to get a bigger adjustable harness. She does, she's 9 pounds, I think. And she does a little better in the harnesses. Small dogs tend to. So I will have to go to Walmart sometime after payday. And when we do that trip, and the reason I've got to go is because I bought an ice jug that there's a piece missing on it, and I didn't catch it before I left the store. So because of that, and because I need a couple of supplies at one of the big box home stores, I'll have to do a trip. And Walmart has had adjustable harnesses for about $12. That's about all I can spend on this, because I'm always everywhere again, trying to just keep it as cheap as I can keep it. Um, Oh, Lisa L, that's wonderful. Um, Wind Gap, PA. There you go. Okay. Gotham, welcome. Giaro, welcome from Brazil. Oh, welcome. That's wonderful. Uh, I missed the frightening part. Sometimes I'm behind you guys because you're getting what I'm saying, and then I got to go back and read, and I'm like, oh crap. Um, okay. Three uppercase Q's in front of your in front of your subject or questions help me to focus so I can do that. Chosen one, welcome. Be careful with your political things, please. I try to stay away from that. I do believe and have beliefs. What I ask everyone to do is to just understand. I may use the word Sabbath, I may use the word God, I may, please don't be triggered. You do you, but please live your beliefs. I'm trying to live mine. I do the best I can. I'm human, I screw up. Uh, and let's go on from that and not be too political out here. That we're trying to positively encourage and help people solve problems and come up with ideas. Let's be as creative and whatever as we can. And if you don't pray, you're going to hear me use the pray words. If you don't pray, do whatever you do to help someone. That's just fine. So Beth. Beth, by the way, I did set my settings right this morning. Uh, Auntie Bo, Boho, Bo. Okay, okay. This morning when you logged on, you were kicked off. You unsubscribed. Oh, well, I don't know what that's about, but um. Oh, is it Tink? Hey, Tink, how are you? Oh, so good to see you. I understand you're not far away from me at the moment. You may see me this winter. I don't know where you're going to be. I also don't know where I'm going to be. Okay. It's my humble opinion at the moment that I will be here a lot of the winter, but we'll see what happens. Uh, Welcome, all you new people. Uh, Question: which book do I prefer? Book of what? I have. Book of what? I I think I need more information on that question to be able to answer that. Kaya, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to get it wrong. Um, so Shadow Wolf be traveling in January. So Shadow Wolf, please get a hold of me as you're, closer to the New Mexico area. If I'm here, you are publicly being invited to contact me and we'll talk about uh Vinay from India, welcome. Yes, please use the uppercase cues. It helps me focus as I'm scrolling after you guys have been talking to each other for forever. Um, okay, Donna K. Does St. John's have a Walmart? No, it does not. The closest Walmarts to this area are, they, how's the best way to say this? So there are one, two, three that are the closest, and they're all within like 5 miles distance away from the general area. So you could choose to go to Gallup, New Mexico, or to Show Low, Arizona, or to Snowflake Taylor, Arizona. All of those are about the same distance from where I am, anyways, from the St. John's area. Now, most of the people in St. John's go to either Snowflake Taylor or Show Low, but they're all a similar distance away. So you choose by sometimes what you know is in the store, like Gallup tends to have a lot of canned meats, but near payday times, their shelves are empty. There's a lot more indigenous native people from the reservations in that area. And Show Low has more retirees in that area. So you kind of get an idea. So, and for me, they're all between 80 and 90 miles away from me, one way. So it's a trip for me to go to a Walmart. I am child, thank you. Raphael, welcome. All you new people, welcome. I'm seeing new names. Welcome, welcome. Beth, thank you for all your work. I see you've been busy. Santa Domingo, wonderful. Lisa L. You did lots of ads instead of cues, but that's okay. I saw it. Do I have any books on my wish list? I did. Now, something new I've done on my Amazon wish list stuff is I made a lot of my lists public so you guys can go see what I'm looking at. I don't think you can buy off of them all. I think they're mostly on my wish list for SimplyLesa. That one's the one you can buy stuff off. I don't think you can buy stuff off the other ones, but I made them public so you can look at them. And I thought it might be interesting for some of you to see what's rolling around in my head that I every few months go through and delete a bunch of stuff. Because, I've been starting to think about how my bed's not that comfortable. How do I want to change it to make it more comfortable? And how do I want to make it so that when I have my family company, because my son has been here, when they come to visit, how do I make it so there's more places to sleep in this 12 feet? Well, 12 feet, 12 feet square. It's 144 square feet. But how do I make that more comfortable for like 3 adults and children or whatever? So, I just realized I broke my light. It fell off last night. I didn't see it. It was broken. Well, poop head. Crap happens. I'm moving right along. If I find the piece, I'll probably get some silicone and put it back on. But so there is a book list, but I haven't looked at it in a little while. So Lisa L, if you want me to fix that, let me know. There's a couple of things I'd like to read, yes, and I do like to read. I just been kind of, I used to have a Kindle. I don't have a Kindle anymore. And, oh, darn it, I need to get another SD card. I forgot this. I keep paper near us when we're talking. Um, I need an SD storage card for my new phone. um, Forgetting that. Um, because I want to put, well, I already did put the Kindle app on, but I haven't been playing with it, reading or anything, because I've been tired and I've been going through a lot. Anyways, so more cues. I believe the question translated would be, do you have a favorite book? That's hard to answer because I have like my favorite like spiritual things that I kind of lean toward. I have some favorite I have a okay, so the Reader's Digest Back to Basics book, if you ever get your hands on that. I used to have a copy of it. That's something I wouldn't mind having a copy of that back up on the shelf here. Just for reference. It's a good off-grid reference book. Um, I did get a couple of reference books for here. You probably can't see that shelf. You know, moving the phone makes me nervous today. But that shelf up there, I have medicinal plants of the Mountain West. I have Arizona edible plants. I have a couple of things up there. I no longer have a copy of the Tanakh, but I used to, and I absolutely loved my Tanakh. Um, I wouldn't mind one of those reference books being here. I, um, I loved Pima Chadron. She hasn't been kind of on people's radar in a while. I love the Gabor Mate stuff. I would like to read his book. I have not read it. Um, I don't know. I can't think of things right now, but as far as favorite books, and then if I want to read like a novel kind of thing, I always pick books that have something to do with being on the beach. I, it's what I do. Um, I'm getting bored with movies, but I'm having trouble. I'm having a lot of trouble streaming lately. Gotcha, Shadow Wolf. I saw that comment. Uh, Donatus, hello from Nigeria. Welcome. Uh, I'm in Arizona, USA. Lesa L. Lesa does Walmart deliver to me. I have not tried a Walmart delivery in years. Pre-COVID, I tried to have things delivered from Walmart and they were always screwing it up. So I haven't tried that in a long time. I have picked things up at Walmart. So if you want to do something that way, Lesa L, get a hold of me privately and I'll share with you the information you would need to try that. Um, I do get deliveries here. The UPS truck comes, the FedEx truck comes. Um, and for years, I have not had much trouble with that. Amazon has started sending everything to the post office. The post office is actually 40 miles one way away from me. So a 100-mile trip to go to the post office. So I don't go to the post office very often, but the new USPS rules, because of Amazon using them so much, their new rules are that if you get an Amazon package and it's not picked up within 2 days, they send it back. So I'm doing my best to watch things like that. And I work with my UPS people so that my packages should be coming here. And so when you're rural, you do these things. It's how it works. Okay, let's see. For some reason I can't move. Oh, I gotta go down here. Okay. So uppercase Q's help a lot. RVM with G. Welcome, G. I'm sorry that I haven't talked to you much this week. I've really been not okay with the personal interaction thing I've been going through. G's asking, could you shop online for Walmart and have all what you want ready to pick up and the things you want are there? Yes, sir. And I have done that many times. Yes. This time I've got to go in because I've got to figure out that jug and the part that's missing, exchange it or whatever they're going to do. And then I need to measure Wendy before I go, but I need to try the thing on Wendy before I buy it because I can't afford to keep buying more and more harnesses for her. And I can't put her seatbelt on her in the car without a harness. By the way, that reminds me, I need to check and see if her winter coat still fits her. Ay. Donna K. Maybe you need to put up a big tent or bunk house. For travelers. I mean, for like when the kids come. Yeah, we've talked about that already. His wife's not used to that, but she said she likes to camp. When she first met my son, he still had the pop-up trailer that I found for him. It was a pop-up trailer. I'm trying to remember the name. I forgot the manufacturer of those, but it was one that only had one king size bed and just a little dinette. That's all. So just only one side popped out, and he was living in that when they met, and she learned about camping. He was in a campground, and like a pay for campground, and he was a monthly payer and whatever. And she learned how to do that, and she learned to take her bathroom bag and go to the bathroom and take care of things, and so she really enjoyed it. So I think she'll be fine here, but he's concerned because it'll be the first time he brings her, and of course we're trying to scare her in a good way, but I think a lot of you understand. You'd rather somebody is surprised and loves something than to be upset that you didn't describe the problems. And so I make sure she knows about the problems. So, because it's kind of hard. So yes, we could put up a tent or a bunkhouse or something. We've talked about it. Sonia, do you have a library near you? Yes, I do. Uppercase Q's. Thank you, Amos. Welcome all you new names running by. You thought you were rural and I'm 40 minutes. No, I'm more than 40 minutes to Walmart. I'm like an hour, 15 minutes to Walmart. An hour, 15 minutes to Walmart. Some people would say an hour and a half. It depends on the roads and the weather and how fast am I driving that day. Is the car going 65 fine? Or is it like loving 70? It's about, it's quite a distance. But you got to remember, I have a number of miles of dirt road first. So sometimes timing isn't exactly, you'd say timing is that it's going to take 80 miles, it's going to take so many minutes. But when you have to deal with some of the traffic or weather, there's a whole other factor there. So, okay. So, yeah, I'm more than an hour, yeah. That's wonderful about your rural mailman, Sonia. In my area, we do not have home delivery. You get a post office box. That's the way it works. Uh, I see some more. I see some more names I don't recognize. Hi, you all. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Miles are not time. Thank you, RV. RVG rather. Reading and it's coming out my mouth. Um, Good morning, Scovy. I think it is. Um, Lisa L, when we send that cash on here, is it hard for you to get? I have to sometimes wait 3 months to get the money if you send it through super thanks and super chats. Um, I also put it in all my descriptions. I believe it's on all the descriptions. I do have a Cash App, and that just has saved my life many times. I have been so grateful for Cash App and how easy it is to use. And so far, it's been safe for me. And so I've even been able to pay some of my handymen using Cash App. So I appreciate when you guys do that, and whatever way you choose. Um, Gee, I love Cash App too. Yes, yeah. Now I noticed since I switched phones that this phone, being a Samsung, really, I love the camera on this thing, by the way. But it really wants me to use an WhatsApp and stuff. And I know WhatsApp is really good when you're in a different country. I get that because I still keep up with my thoughts and research and everything that has to do with international travel. Because who knows if I'm done? I doubt I'm done, and I would love to be able to go back to Baja or drive down to other places or whatever. So, Donna K. So, Cash App, you obviously sign into it. You sign up sort of like a PayPal kind of thing, okay? And please take that as, I don't mean it's the same, but you sign up for the app, you download it on your phone, you create passwords, and you can attach it to your bank card or credit card or whatever you choose to do. And then you can transfer money into it or out of it. And so when people send me Cash App money, it's my Cash App thing is $ Simply Lesa. And what you do is you go in and it says send money, and you hit the send money and tell it how much you want to send. And if you want to do that for me and you want me to do something specific with it, you can send a note along with it. And once my phone's on signal, then I can reply to your messages on there as well. So there's a kind of thing. So, oh gee, I had no idea. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool for paying your storage bill. Yeah, that's real cool. Um, Gee, is it okay if I talk about some of your situation? I know you could use a few prayers and whatever else, and I know you've been disappointed by some YouTubers recently and things like that. I'm not gonna like speak big about those things, but um, you've had some health issues. I won't say much, but you've had some health issues, and because of those, your power needs have changed, as well as your ability to travel as much as you wanted. And so I hope you'll keep those things in mind, people, as you pray for each other and help each other out. So I hope that that's okay that I've said what I have, and I'll kind of leave it there. But your power issues and your ability to travel may have changed because of some of the things you've been through recently. So we love you. We hope you continue to do well. You're still sick. Okay. So G contacted me a week ago with a emoji that he was blowing his nose and sniffly. And so I checked in and he was not well. He sounded like he had a horrible cold. I can't believe you're still sick. Have you seen somebody? Are you going to see somebody about that? Because now I'm starting to be concerned that it's something, big or big C word. We're not talking about that. Okay. Anyways, continuing to pray for you because I know putting words out toward the great creator and the thoughts we hold are very creative. We're creative beings. And so I think it's important that we, you know, so I certainly hope you improve soon. So let's see. 95 plus again this week. And you've got to run air conditioners and things like that. And so, and you're in an RV, it's all a challenge for you right now with the power and everything else. So, good luck with that. And yes, God bless, right? Yeah, I don't know what else to say. So, okay, what else is going on? Yep, hot. Yeah, and the hot, it kills refrigerators. Um, okay, so Alex was around recently and mentioned to me that his refrigerator has completely died out here. It's hard to do these things. I have to manage, y'all hear me talk about it. I have to manage this refrigeration because honestly, my solar panels and battery system on the cabin is not really sufficient to run a very small refrigerator or freezer. It really just isn't enough. But with my income, I have had to take hand me down solar panels that are cheap to free. And for the moment, I think everything I have has been free. And so because of that, thank the creator that people were upgrading their systems and said, here, take these. Unfortunately, the ones that Mary just delivered are not as high a wattage as the ones I currently have. So because of that, they will help if we kind of like put things together, but they'd help more for the little system and not for the new battery I'm trying to get my hands on. So I may kind of stall everything in preparation for November when my son is coming and just kind of manage the way I've been managing the last couple of years and keep trying to maneuver the purchase of the sealed AGM battery that can stay at the cabin. Because with a sealed AGM battery at the cabin, which can stay inside with me and my, allergies and whatever else, then that, which will be a $325 battery, when that can be inside here, then we might be able to redo the patio roof out back. And when that happens, we may be able to, with help from someone, we may be able to put some larger solar panels out there. And then here at the cabin, things will go smoother. Then for travel, there's a whole other conversation to have, but I don't have my tracker back yet. So yeah. And I've been learning to manage this carnivore diet. Now, so some of you are out here because I'm on a carnivore diet. Some of you are out here because I have my that I'm a Zuki person and I have my tracker that I'm working on. And I love to travel in my tracker. And some of you are here because you know me from the Bob Wells area. Some of you are out here because you know me from international travel. Some of you are out here because you knew that I used to be raw vegan, and I'm no longer raw vegan. That put me into, I had horrible IBS and other issues. Eh. And then there's people like Skipper Doodle and, whoever else who are currently traveling because they've watched me for years and they were encouraged by the fact that I'll hold their hand as they go do some stuff. And now they're like international expats. And so, yay, wonderful. I mean, I'd be there joining some of y'all if I could, but because I've chosen that I want to be able to support my son as he is able to come be on this property, he wants to inherit my land, then for the moment, the tracker, oh, and I forgot to mention all my overland buddies that come out here. So, and anyways, um, okay. Um, yeah, and gee, that whole all put together thing is not exactly what I mean. I'm saying it fast. I know. Wattages have to be the same. Things have to be the same to put solar panels together. Um, and because of that, I'm not putting them together. My son, being the electronics guru that he is, might put some things together with the appropriate boxes, connectors, charge controllers, whatever that you have to do. But I'm thinking that these two sets of things I have here, eventually, from the sounds of it, might go on the shower house roof. And my son might just buy a couple of really big, good panels for out here. The part of the reason that I've always, of course, done cheap to free because of income, but also the cheap to free thing was a little self-protection, because you see in my area, there's no possibility of being on grid. And so if I had an expensive system out here where people could see it, if someone came when I was not home, the only thing worth stealing would be the solar panels. And I can't afford to have somebody steal them because I can't afford to replace them. And so I have always kind of thought, so if I take the low end ones, say Harbor Freight Systems, which work, by the way, they take a lot more space. They're a little more finicky. The little SAE connectors, you've got to check the polarity on it to make sure you're doing it right. But I'm smart enough to check things. I'm smart enough to get help before I connect anything. I'm smart enough to put the, I don't know what you call it, but there's a connector thing. Harbor Freight thing has a round one where you can put different systems, different Harbor Freight systems in and make them work together better. I don't know what that thing's called. But anyways, I'm smart enough to do those things, but I don't have one of those right now. But anyway, my point being that having the Harbor Freight things here so far had been, if anybody came, they're going to laugh and they're not going to take them because they don't want those. Okay? But down the road, I have neighbors who put up $20,000 systems that are in debt for, a whole battery bank that fills its own building, and they're all LifePo 4, so they had to heat and air condition the building to make them work. And then they've got a big solar array that you can see from a distance or with a drone. And so if they come by, are they coming to my house and stealing Harbor Freight that nobody wants, that I get for free because people are throwing them away when they upgrade? Or are they going to go to the neighbor with the $20,000 system and they're going to take as much as they want from that house? I'm just saying. So it has been part of the way I've protected myself as well. And so I still like the idea of protecting myself that way, and it's okay with me, but I do have to carefully manage that kind of a system in order to continue with what I need done. And all I'm trying to run is a little tiny itty bitty refrigerator, which you guys have. Now that I'm saying that, I don't think the refrigerator is on a YouTube video, so I would need to do that. Wendy, what you got? Oh, the kitties killed another mouse. Good job. I can see her out the window, guys. Here she comes. Do you want to come up? Oh my goodness, your face is dirty. What have you been into? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, the other star of the show. Here comes Miss Wendy. Her dirty face. Oh, don't kiss me right now. A dirty face. You got your pink t-shirt on because it's the only one that really fits. So we got to work on warm things for this one. And, oh, Gawk. Oh, he's just dirty. Guck-a-poo. Yucky. Anyway, and she's going to need boots this winter, too. Because I know she's small enough, her feet will hurt in the snow. And we don't know where we're going to be, so I need to prepare for whatever. Okay, so what was I talking about? So the Harbor Freight thing versus other things. For me, it really was about protecting myself as well, because I was traveling a lot, and so my place is hard to find, but not impossible. And so, you know, part of how I was protecting myself when I was gone is, if it's Harbor Freight stuff, I'm not going to worry about it while I'm gone. But if I go buy $1,000 solar system, I got to worry about it. And I can't. I'm tired of worrying. I got enough other shit going on. I can't worry anymore. I worried growing up. From the day I came home, well, from the day I was born into a interesting family situation, and I wasn't well liked, and who knows why. But whatever, you know. What? Really? No, you're not going out front until I'm done. Okay? You want to take your t-shirt off? Come here. You got to come up for that. You got to come up because Mommy's talking to everybody. Sorry, guys. So that's what some of the whys. Okay, don't bite me. Don't bite me. You don't want me to take it off? But it's going to get too hot. It's getting hot outdoors. I could see all that sunshine. Okay. All right. Okay. You want to play? Okay. Hey. What are you doing, old fuzzhead? What are you doing? You little butthead. All right, wash your face with your t-shirt. Because your face is dirty and I don't have anything to wash your face with. Oh, you're all fuzzy. And for some reason, she's going blonde or something. I think after her operation, you know, probably her hormones changed. But she just looks older. And, okay, you butthead. Okay. Right. Scratch. Okay, so that's some Miss Wendy time. Let me check out, let me see what you guys are saying up here. Whoa, okay. All right, see you later, Lisa L. Any more uppercase Qs? Let's see. Iris, controller. Yeah, I was thinking of controllers and stuff. But actually, one of the things, she wants out the front. I'm going to let her out. I've got help is here doing a job out front. Go ahead, relax. All right, so she's out front. So The thing I'm actually speaking about with the Harbor Freight system has a different name. I'd have to look it up. But they have a hub thing that's kind of roundish. It's white. I don't even know how much it costs. But it's made so that the old set of Harbor Freight that George sent to me through Mary is a 3-panel 100-watt set. And so you could technically, you could take those 3 panels, work together as, it's one set. And so you can plug that into that white, I'm going to call it a hub. I don't remember its real name, but you could plug that into that white thing. And then the set that's on the back roof right now is a set of 420 watts, which is a newer system. You can also plug that into that white set, that white hub. And that hub thing then plugs into charge controllers and things. But it allows all those different same Harbor Freight brand to talk to each other. And of course, before you plug them all in, because they're SAE, you got to check the polarity, because it's so easy with SAE plugs for the polarity to be reversed. And so it's a thing. If you're going to deal with those lower end things, make sure you're double checking everything. And so, like I said, I still don't mind taking Harbor Freights. If they pump power, they pump power. And when I can get them cheap to free, at least I can have power. And I don't have to spend extra mental real estate if I'm on a trip, being concerned about if I come home, will my solar be gone? Because some people come back and they've lost $20,000 worth of solar panels. I've known it to happen. So, okay. All right. I kind of got off on that for a minute. Okay. Any more uppercase Q things? What would you like me to talk about? I do believe I saw on Facebook Marketplace that, by the way, I had been saying her name wrong. I believe it's Mikio. I believe that she did, she did make it up to Arizona to visit with Catherine and Homer. And then I do believe she was able to sell her Sunraider through Facebook Marketplace. I don't know what she got for it. She had it advertised for $10,000. She had done a lot of engine work to it, but it was partially gutted. And had I been able to maneuver to get that in my possession, I would have, not because I just super want one, but it would have given me a little extra option in the winter. Now, I have friends in St. John, and I've checked in with a number of them, and they've all said, if it gets really hard this winter out here and I start to get depressed and having trouble like I did last winter, they've all said, just say the word, we'll bring you down here with us and we'll figure it out. We'll make a way for you to be closer to town. So, I'll still recommend a battery bank to float the discharge. I understand that, Jeremy. And, I understand your words, okay? I'm just saying, I know what my budget's like, okay? And FYI, in my particular area, there is a mental health agency here who typically has a fund that they can use for each client each year. Unfortunately, right around go back to school time, people use that for things to send their kids back to school. And so because I've had trouble with my therapist not contacting me, being fired, having to quit because of a health issue, and then not calling, ever calling. I do not know if I forgot to set my do not disturb. Oh, good Lord. Okay. So the phone connection. Oh, can I do this? And I don't know if I can. Can I do that and not lose y'all for a minute? Oh, poop head. Oh, I didn't lose you. Okay. I forgot to set the do not disturb, and all of a sudden Facebook was going ding, 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 ding. Somebody got online. So, uh, so this fund that they have every year, usually earlier in the year, I ask them, can you help me with a large purchase? That's how I bought the refrigerator. You guys didn't buy that for me. Okay. My therapist put it on the fund, and we were able to purchase it because it was under $200. So I have asked if there's still any money in the fund this year, and I haven't missed out, can we discuss, can they help me buy a sealed AGM like RV Marine battery? And if it's, I know it's a little more, so I've asked if it's more, because I believe it will be, can I add the additional amount in so that I can have this, because it will make my life better here. Thank you, G. And at the moment, G, you did get that correct. You understood me correctly at the moment. That doesn't mean I will never change my mind and that I won't. Like, for example, if my son shows up and says, Mom, I found, or we're running down to Santan Solar, I found we can get you for $150. We could get you 3 of these big ass panels, okay? Big panels or whatever. Similar to what Donnie Valesco just did on his new Bigfoot camper that he has. He just filled the entire roof of his Bigfoot camper with these 3 huge panels that I think he got from Santan Solar. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, they're so big they filled the top of the roof on his new camper. So they shade the top of the camper because they're off the roof a little bit. And they put out, I don't know, it's something like 1,200 watts of power or something like that, right? Who's going to steal those? They're so freaking big. Well, they would, if it was on my place, they'd tear something up trying to get those off. But anyways, yeah. So my point being, yes, G, you understood me, and you what's the word I want? You made what I said very concise and clear. That's true. But I'm not buying panels. If, like I said, if somebody comes and the panels work, and but I can't even think about that because I can't afford them. I can't afford to replace them. I can't, whatever. But now that my son is wanting to inherit this place, there comes a time when I can give to what he wants. But at the moment, I know he's supporting 2 families and doing a bunch of stuff. And so I'm trying to do everything I can to be independent on my own and not need to say, hey, I need your help. Can you help me buy this thing? I'm trying not to do that with anybody. But I just saw a cat chasing something in the yard. And then I saw Wendy run from a distance. She can't get in the backyard because I didn't open the gate. That's all right. She'll help. The cats and Wendy work together as a team to catch rats and mice. It's wonderful. Okay, so So yes, Jeremy, even the Harbor Freight needs a kind of battery to support and a proper working system, and absolutely. And so, and I do not want a generator because I don't want to have to deal with storing gas. I don't want to have the extra expense. I don't want to have to be worried about somebody stealing the generator while I'm gone. I'm just saying, there's more factors sometimes than everybody realizes. And maybe I'm not always that clear, because I'm trying to be careful what I tell you because you know, I'm human too, but ask questions. And so, yes. So, I definitely agree. Where's I heard Wendy. Wendy, come, come, come. I'll let you in the back. Come. Hey, I'll let you in the back. Come. Yo, you hunting big time. Come on. Oh, this, I do not know what extra kind of uh, DNA is in Wendy's background. But when they're hunting rats and mice and stuff like that, she will point with her one foot up like a big hunting dog does. It's kind of weird. Anyways, so she's in the backyard helping the cats now because I don't have the gate open. Let's see. Let me get back up here. So you guys, yeah, G and you ordered 6 400-watt panels. Wow. Wow. Now are you adding those to your RV, G? Because I was thinking you don't have any space left on your RV. There's that whole thing. I mean, at the cabin, it's different. There's roof. There's the roof on the shower house. There's roof, you know. But wow. Yeah, I feel very blessed that I have you guys talking to me about things. So, and thank you, Beth, for being right on top of the moderator thing. Oh, I gotta find out. Mary wants to be added as a moderator, and I tried to do that the other day and I couldn't do it. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out again. Um, oh, I probably gotta go into the. I probably gotta go in a different way. But anyways. Oh, okay, G. Okay. Um, and G, did you get to see what Donnie did on his new Bigfoot? Because he covered the entire roof, and what he chose to do was to remove his roof vents. Um, he removed the roof vents and put plexiglass, and he moved the vents for like the toilet vent and stuff like that. He moved them to the sidewall somehow, and so I mean it's cool. So it's really cool. Oh, Beth, Jeremy, I just saw that. How's the RV, Beth? You meant Babs. And Babs not out here this morning. Babs is up in Flagstaff with her friend. I think it's okay to say she kind of got a guy friend. And I know that he was out cooking her ribs in the rain last night. So he's doing well. Oh, okay, G. Okay. That's right. You know Donnie. I forgot. Okay. But I mean what he did, cool. Cool as all get out. And yes, I may allow my son. I feel like I should wait till after he comes, but I may allow him to do something like that on the back patio roof after we enclose that roof enough so it's a usable room. Because I don't have the brain space to think about this stuff. I can't afford it. I can't protect it. I can't whatever right now. So the next turtle step, let's take it there, because I talk about turtle steps with you guys all the time. You know, when life throws you a curveball, you know, grab it, play with it a minute, turn it into an adventure, and use your turtle steps to get through it. Well, my turtle steps with this are, I can't do all that electronics myself because I don't trust myself. I was taught as a young child never to trust myself. Okay. So I question too much. And the things that I understand how to do, I do them well. But once it's something new, it's it takes more brain space than the average person uses for that, because I it's all triggering and whatever. Anyway, so I have to go slow, and I have to take a turtle step. And so in this case, the turtle steps are, I got more solar panels. I can make them work until something else happens. But I need this back patio space to be a screened in solid roof thing. And so it's going to be a screened in, basically outdoor kitchen. But now that I took down the chicken coop garden room, now I have, hi Crystal, now I have enough tin to roof that properly. So we could start with putting a roof on it. Then I got the 2 burner stove, wood cook stove, that Jeremy, I need to talk to you about that. I started to call you the other night and I forgot. I didn't get to it. But anyway, 2 burner wood cook stove that is going to go out there. So then I got to install that. And it needs to be, because this summer and when the bugs are out, depending on what's going on, um, uh, you know, I've wanted to go eat on the back porch, but the bugs were bothering me so bad I can't even eat out there. So I'm like, let's get that enclosed so I can stop feeling so I got to fight to eat. I got to fight to, do whatever. I got to be inside all the time in order to, I can't handle this. The bugs are driving me crazy, so I'm going back inside. Well, yeah, I'm tired of that too, because living outside is better for Lesa. So I need to get the roof fixed first. Then, if we want to do big solar panels, there's a good place to put them, secure place to put them, and I probably could stop being so concerned. But I can't afford to buy them myself, so we just kind of wait on that. But I've had this problem ever since I met Bob Wells. So the first or second, okay, so the first year would have been 2010, 11. Then in 11, 12, somebody was giving me, because they upgraded their Harbor Freight system, to put at that time I had Van Tucket, the old blue van, which I just learned some more information about. I've been saying for years that it was a $600 van with broken windows. It was an $800 van with broken windows. My son actually bought it. He didn't know the whole story. His baby mama, who is not his wife, but that baby mama at that time, took a bunch of money from me. And I thought my son knew. He didn't know. We just found this out like last week. He didn't know. And so he got me an $800 van, and he spent $1,000 getting me on the road. And I appreciate that. But it was very hard, because there was more to the story that didn't involve him. So, but 2012, I think it was, RTR, somebody said, Lesa, you need solar panels. We are all getting solar. And I'm like, I can't afford it. I don't have the money. And I said, more than that, even if you give me these Harbor Freight panels, I don't want you screwing in the roof of my van. And I can't afford the battery. And even then, a sealed AGM, because of we thought I had asthma back then, right? And then it was food allergies, not asthma. But anyway, they were like, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to put them on your roof anyways. And I was like, you're telling me that what I decide doesn't matter to you. Yep, absolutely. We're putting them on the roof. And I was like, don't screw a hole in my roof, because I'm not putting up with a leaky roof on top of everything I've been through. And they were like, okay, fine. So they zip tied them on my roof rack. My van had one of those U-shaped aluminum roof racks. They zip tied them on the roof rack. They used a pool noodle to keep the wind from going under it. And then they zip tied them on. And I'm like, zip ties fall apart in the sun. How long is that going to last? They're like, doesn't matter. You need solar. We're doing this. And then nobody ever helped me with a battery. So here I was, solar panels and no battery. And I'm driving to Slab City from Quartzsite. And the whole way, all my brain is thinking about is the car behind me still got a windshield? Because I didn't know zip ties could stay on a roof or in the sun. Because in my experience, zip ties a couple of weeks and they're trash. So I worried all the way to Slab City from Quartzsite. I worried. And so I got to Slab City and went to Salvation Mountain to visit my friend. Well, how come I can't think of his name real quick, but whatever. Anyways, to visit the guy at Salvation Mountain. And they were taking up donations to get a solar system for the volunteers to keep running Salvation Mountain for the tourist. And so I said, I'll do you one better. You gotta work for these. But if you'll come take them off my van, you can have that set of Harbor Freight panels. So that's where they went. Okay? And Thomas, I just saw your message. I wish you guys would put the 3 uppercase Q's so I can see them faster. But I saw that. And I haven't had breakfast. I had a cup of coffee with a tablespoon of butter in it is all I've had. And this cup of coffee has no butter in it. It's just black coffee. So, but that's all I've had this morning. That's not always normal, and sometimes it is. Okay, so when I do eat later, I was able to I found a trick that's going to help with the little refrigerator. I actually found that it doesn't seem to matter for me now that I'm not ingesting small amounts of allergens anymore. So with the whole allergy thing, what I realized was I'm really allergic to corn. I knew that. I figured that out when I was 11, okay? But I didn't realize that commercial citric acid was made from a black mold that grows on corn. And because of that, it used to be made from citrus peels, but it's not anymore. And once I realized, no wonder every time I ate something with citric acid, I had boiled it down to, I think citric acid's a problem. And I think these guar gums and these other gums, I think it's a problem. And that's part of why we went and did the allergy test that recently put me in the hospital. So once I figured out, that's why. Okay, because it's a corn thing, okay. Now, if it's not a real food, it's not going in, okay? And because since the hospital and all that in the last month or so, because of all of that, okay, I I'm now not ingesting little tiny bits of things I'm horribly allergic to. So I'm not walking around with this low grade brain fog. And I'm not walking around with, I don't know why I don't feel good and I can't figure it out. And I'm not. I'm starting to be clearer all the time. And so I think because of that, what I'm learning is it doesn't make as much difference if the hamburger is not aged or if it's just a grocery store hamburger. I seem to react the same to them. So that helps with my budget because trying to buy the hamburger that's $9 a pound, as opposed to I went to Bash's the other day, and guess what the price was at Bash's up in Sanders the other day? Woo! I got a good deal. I'm reaching for something. I was at Bash's, and yes, I have their like rewards app on my phone and all of that. But I got ground meat, ground beef, because I do ruminant meat. Now sometimes I'll eat some chicken now. I'm careful with it, but I've been okay. I bought ground 80/20 ground meat, $2.99 a pound. So I brought it home. And I split it into, it was about 5.5 pounds, 5 3/4. I forgot, 5.5 pounds, I think. So, yes, I'm using a lot of Ziploc bags, but hey, I got to do something. So, I just split the package I chose to buy in 6 pieces. So, they're about 3/4 pound-ish. I have a scale. I didn't weigh them. I wasn't in the mood, okay? I just was like, I just need these in the fridge and I need the fridge to work. So about 3/4 pound, roughly, in each bag. And then I flattened them really, really, really good. And now I have all these little packages. I got room for more meat in the fridge. And if the fridge was set on freezer mode, they'd all be frozen. Now they're not. I can squish, you can see that I can squish this. I can see on the phone, so you can see. It's not frozen. But, oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, no. What happened? What happened? Hang on. The phone went dark. Nope, this is... Why did the phone go dark? Don't go dark, phone. What's happening? Oh, poop head. Oh, it says my batteries. Okay. But I'm plugged in. Why am I having the battery say what it says? Oh, there we go. It was the battery. Oh, poop. I almost lost you. Oh, no. I almost lost you guys. Sorry. I thought we were being charged by the other battery pack, and we were not. So I'm going to switch. This is what I have to do some days. It's very sunny outside right now. And come on. Okay. Now I swapped the refrigerator onto the little battery pack from the big one. You guys just experienced part of what I go through. And when I have the refrigerator plugged in to either of the battery packs I'm using right now, then I take this little cord, which charges my little rechargeable fan that I bought at Walmart. Come on in, Wendy. And I plug this fan into the USB port that's on the refrigerator. That way, even when the compressor shuts off, my battery packs say that there's still something running, so it doesn't shut the battery packs off. So, y'all, you can't see me doing this, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so, and 1, 2, 3, put that on its lowest setting, and then, okay, so that's what I have to do off and on. Okay, so anyways, $2.99 a pound, and then I put it in the Ziploc bags and I smushed it I am so glad that I figured out this trick, because this fits so good in the fridge that, of course, I had 6 little bags. And so later when I go to eat, I'll put one of these in the fry pan, probably outside because it's hot. It's sunny today. So I'll put it in the fry pan on the hobo stove of my Kelly kettle. And I'll put a little bit of maybe tallow. I'll put salt. Really loving this flaky sea salt I got. I forgot the name. Comes in a green box. But anyways, so I'll do this. I usually get so tired from talking for 2 hours on here that on Sundays afterwards I go do piddly things outdoors. I go, walk around, make sure my little kindling basket's full of wood, stuff like that, because I just get tired, and I just don't want to concentrate on anything. So I did buy eggs from a neighbor because I found out I can feed the cats and Wendy will eat the yolk. I can eat the white. So I want to try something this week, but when I go to the store again, I'll try to get a container, small container of Daisy cottage cheese. And I'm going to try blending or mixing it with egg whites and see if I can make like a flatbread pancakey kind of thing. But I'm not in a mood to do that right now. And what else was I going to experiment with? Oh, because I was concerned about my food budget, and I'm so glad I found out that it looks like I can do this thing with my ground beef, which will make it much, much cheaper. So now when I see a 10-pound pack or tube of ground beef, I'm just going to buy it. And then I could put it in the Ziploc bags, make them like those little pouches. They stand up inside the little refrigerator really well. And so I know I can put 10, I can probably put more. But so when I see that, I'm going to do that again. I do okay with down in St. John's, American Arrow carries non-pasteurized, I think I'm saying that right, heavy cream. I can have that in my coffee. It looks like I'm okay with maple syrup when I want something sweet, but I can do the black coffee with the heavy cream in it in the morning. I'm out right now, so I'm doing butter. I would like to have better quality butter, but look, if I can't, I will buy the cheap stuff because I got to watch my money. I only have so much. And I only get, I get $40 worth of EBT. And that comes on the 7th. So it's not like, it's not a lot of money. But, so let's see, so because I end of the month and I was being careful, I was like, I don't know if 6 pounds of meat will get me through. Am I going to be okay? Because, Wendy wants to eat what I'm eating. I'm like, what else can I take home that might be okay? I decided to buy the 99-cent small bag of potatoes. I ate one smallish medium potato mixed in my hamburger yesterday. I was fine. Not a reaction to it at all. I washed it good, but no reaction. Oh, good Lord. Hallelujah. Something I can actually eat. So, no, I don't feel like eating a ton of anything, but I'm seeing Donna Kay's all her hearts she put up. Thank you, Donna Kay. Yeah, so now this is way cheaper when I can do this. Now, I can't buy this stuff at the market in St. John's. they just don't have it, and their prices are crazy expensive. So I can't do that. But so when I go to St. John's, I'll pick up from American Arrow. I'll pick up the heavy cream. Tried the half and half. Don't like it. It's not a matter of whether I react, because I didn't react. I just don't like it. And so I'll do the heavy cream as opposed. And of course, trying to regrow the myelin in my brain, which is fat anyways. It's a thing. We need the fat in our diets and whatever. So let's see what else on that note. So this should be cheaper. And then I can occasionally, wow, I've said a couple of times. I can occasionally then buy a steak or occasionally buy something else. But I'm thinking, because I can do egg whites and ground beef, while right there I have the ability to have more food at the house, and the occasional potato, woohoo, okay. I don't know how often. I don't want to get fat on them. I don't think I will. But I just need to, like, I don't know. I don't, just playing with it. Oh, and I did buy a spaghetti squash from a neighbor. I thought I would try it. Both tubers, which would be a potato, and fruit. And a spaghetti squash is technically a fruit. Make it either animal-based diet, which is still carnivore-ish, but is animal-based, or paleo. So those things are like worth my trying, because when it's bad weather here and I can't get off the property, or the road is really bad, it will be worth it to be able to have something else. And I used to be able to buy the shredded potatoes, the Hungry Jack, whatever they were in the little cartons. They changed the label. They used to only have shredded potatoes and baking soda, and now they have dextrose, which is corn sugar, in them. So no more of them. I mean, I haven't had them in years, but when my son was here, I bought a couple thinking, well, at least if he'll eat it, there it is. But no, so that's not happening. So Joanne, I see your question. I believe what you're speaking about is only if you have an Advantage plan through Medicare, Medicaid. And guess what? I will not do an Advantage plan. I have original Medicare. The reason I have original Medicare is I can travel anywhere in the country and in a few foreign countries, and I can go to any doctor anywhere. I do not have to check for an HMO. I do not have to. I can just go to the doctor or the hospital and show my card and get it paid for. And so I have a lot of health issues, but I don't really deal with doctors a lot. And for traveling, it makes more sense to have original than anything else. So, oh, thank you, Beth. Beth caught something. Emojis are doing something to the system. So you've got to do these. What are they called, Beth? What are they called? Reactions hearts is what we've got to do to have them float. And the float is like reaction, I think. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know I had it wrong. So it was doing something. So yeah. So this is feeling like I have a little more control and a little more food security is the buzzword, right? I feel like more food security because I now have removed so many of those little doses of allergens that I didn't even know I was ingesting. So by removing more of them, the more that's being removed, the easier this is gonna, or it feels easier. I do have another appointment scheduled with my doctor for this week. Part of that's because I went and had a blood test to find out if I had celiac disease, because I can't do the arm test for celiac. It came back negative. So he wants to see me again and discuss how I'm possibly going to eat, which I'll be able to go back and give him some information on. But we'll talk a little bit. And I may just stop doing tests and just start to be a little more intuitional and stay in this paleo, carnivore, animal based what's the word? What's the N word? Whole foods. There's another word I can't think of. What's the other word I can't think of? Um, oh, I can't think of it. Anyways, uh, more historic, more. There's another word, but I can't think of it. But more ancestral based diet. I think as I kind of get that direction, I think that's what it's feeling like. But to kind of go a little more intuitional at this, because I do have a pretty good sense of when I feel good and when I don't, because I pay attention. And part of that's because nobody physical was around helping me with it, so I had to, because it's all on me. But I probably will get back to clarifying my butter so that I don't. I've been sticking it in the fridge. It doesn't need to be refrigerated. I know how to take care of butter. But I think I will clarify some so that there's more sitting here on site at the cabin, so I don't always have to go buy it, right? And maybe over time, I can even go back to making hamburger rocks to put away as well. Do you all know what hamburger rocks are? So that's kind of where I'm aiming. Really happy that the coffee is not an allergen, though similar to people with celiac disease, I don't do well with instant coffee, and I do better if I'm grinding my own beans. But I'm doing okay even with a little bit of Folgers. So here's to another sip. Mm. So yeah, I feel a little, I have felt off because of the interaction thing that's been going on. Hopefully that gets solved pretty quickly. I've got to send some legal forms out. See, Sonia, I've had, what's the Japanese kei, whatever it is, kombu, something or other, squash. I've had some of that before. It was okay, but I didn't like it, right? So I thought, well, let's try spaghetti squash because it's a kind of, it's a more gentle fruit. So I'll try it. If it doesn't feel good, that's okay with me. And then the potato I was surprised at. I'll be real careful when I try another one. I don't know if I'll have another one today or not. we'll, I'll just watch it. I'll just see what's happening. Um, but I'm okay with being carnivore. I'm not having a problem with that. I was trying. Okay, Donna Kay. I was trying really hard to stay as carnivore as I could, but also with the idea that what happens, not in a conspiracy theorist manner, but what happens if we don't have access to a grocery store? And how will I eat at that stage? Where will I go with things? Yes, there's meat on the hoof that walks through my property. Oh, yeah. But I can't kill that animal. And what am I going to do with 1,000-pound elk? I can help butcher it, but we gonna have to like do something. So I've been contemplating, thinking about what already grows here. What did the Indians used to do, or the indigenous? Pardon me if you're native. And what could I try that is so natural that other people haven't screwed with it? So, the prickly pears are out here, and mine just fruited. And yes, smoking, absolutely. My smoker barrel was being made for this month, but I couldn't afford it with all the other things I did. So I talked to the John P. that's working on that for me. And he's still on board. And I'll get with him this month, and hopefully I have enough to go ahead and finish the smoker barrel this month too. That would be nice. But I feel like all of a sudden I got all these things that need to be done because payday's coming up. And if I do all of them, will I make it to the end of the month? So I don't know. I'm trying to take it a little slower and do my turtle steps. So like I was saying with the solar, the turtle steps for the solar is keep the fridge running as long as I can so it helps me with my food. See if I can get the help to buy that battery from a source that is available to me, not e-begging, because I don't like to e-beg. And I have had to ask you guys for help before when I was in a situation, but I don't like to. And so let me do everything I can before you spend money on something. Because by the time you're ready to spend money on something to help me, maybe, okay, Iris, later, then maybe I won't need the same thing. Maybe the need will be different. So it's kind of, I have to be careful. Come on. People who just send me things without thinking it over or check in with me much, sometimes they get disappointed because they thought that the thing they were sending was going to work and it still didn't do anything. And they're like, well, I understand why you didn't keep that, blah, 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 right? Or I understand the guy who gave me the solar panels in 2012, the Harbor Freight ones on Vantucket. And later he was like, so where did the solar panels go? And I said, Salvation Mountain. And he goes, why? And I was like, because. And I told him. And he goes, well, I don't know why you did that. And I'm like, I can't afford the battery. A year later, I still can't afford the battery. So here we go. I'm still trying to afford the battery. Okay? So, back when I was, yes, baby. Back when I was, come up. You want out front. You gotta wait. And so, still trying to afford the battery that I wanted way back then, right? But in between, I sold a $1,500 water tank to get enough money to put the solar panel on the hood of the tracker so I could start the process over again with the tracker, not only the cabin, so that when I get in the tracker, I would be able to put the refrigerator in that works at the cabin, and I could have a new house battery But that means I need two, a battery for the car and a battery for the house. Come here. I'm not ready. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Here I come. He's gonna let you out. Okay. So I'm still, that's been years I've been trying to get one of those batteries to make stuff work. And so I don't, I'll pay you with help needs. so so what I'm saying is it's wise to check with people. There's sometimes things, and especially if I'm a YouTuber, there's more that I'm not telling you. I'm not giving you the details of whatever's going on the side with me that has me not sleeping well. I'm not telling you those things. I'm not telling you when I encounter, well, sometimes I'm not telling you when I ate the wrong thing and then I've had diarrhea for 4 days. I mean, how often am I going to tell you that? That's not, you don't want to hear that. You want to hear, oh, I made an improvement. I'm doing better. Look, you can make an improvement and you can get better too. Let's turtle step our ways through. I've been turtle stepping my whole life, okay? And when you have a little income like some of us do, I'm not the only one that's got this little income. You just got to turtle step it. And so I keep turtle stepping. You know, I bartered away a really good water tank with a 12-volt water pump on it. I loved that thing. But the guy who was going to help me do the work that I'm now getting done, when he knows that I barter mostly because I have more stuff or energy or time or whatever than I have money, or skills that I have money. So he knew it was going to be a barter thing, okay? And so he came to me. I mean, when we started talking about the project, he said, so my wife wants this and I need this. And that's what I will take in exchange for the work I'm going to do. And I was like, okay, your wife can have this, but I really don't want to, let me think about the water tank overnight or a couple of days. So I thought about it and I was like, back then it was only $120 or something like that. Well, now they're $300, okay? And so I said, oh, well, I'll just have to save the money and buy another one because I really like that water tank. And now they're $300 and I can't afford the water tank again. And in between, unfortunately, the man passed away, and so the job never got done. But he got the stuff, he got paid, and of course, it's an unfortunate situation. But that's a life curveball. And what can I do? Grab it, make an adventure out of it, and I gotta move on. Gotta move on. But that's what's happened to a lot of things in my life that you people wonder, some people have wondered over the years, but why don't you have blah, blah, blah? You had this, because I had to get rid of it in order to do the next thing, whatever. So, Sonia, I tend to agree with you that most likely it will be like fingerlings, and most likely it will be like the purple ones or the red ones. And I really like the purple ones, or used to. And so I will be aiming to have those again. And I might even plant some when my family visits. We have a longer growing season here, sort of. I don't know if I can get away with doing a fall planting. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not trying to do just regular old potatoes. Whatever I got in the moment, right? But yeah. Anyway. And yes, bless their hearts. I love that insert Southern phrase. That's great, Beth. Yes. So, and yes, there comes a point where, yeah, gotta eat at some point. Yeah. And so I will be, okay, anytime now, Some of you know that I am very blessed for my area. Most of the people in my area are so excited if they find one pinon close to their house or their property. I have lots of piñons. Now, piñons are pine nuts. It's September, and the birds usually get them first, but I will be attempting to try to get a few and try them this year. We'll see, because my trees were loaded with cones this year. So I don't know. They might be late. They might not be coming in until October this year because we've had late monsoons. And the other thing I've got lots of is my trees, especially the ones inside I have shaggy bark junipers, but the ones inside my yard, I get berries like crazy, and I may try the berries. But and the prickly pear cactus. Right now, I got the fruit. Are they called atunes or something? But the fruit, they're all over up here right now. So, okay, you guys are seeing me drink this too. This is leftover from yesterday, and it's not cold. I'll be out of ice this afternoon, but it was iced black coffee yesterday. So just ice, leftover coffee from the morning, and then I put sparkling water in it. That's what I was sipping on yesterday afternoon. Anyway, that being said, yeah, the cactus fruits are all over. I've never actually picked them. I know how, I have directions, but it's like, yeah, am I ready? I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but they're loaded this year. I got a lot of them. Anyways, I'm thinking about trying some of those things gently to see how my body reacts, so that if we did have a grid down, well, not that the grid's going to bother me, but whatever. But if we did have a problem in the world and we can't go to a grocery store, maybe things can be better. So, thank you, Sonia. I understand about the russets making you sick. And were there any more messages? Guys, it's been 2 hours, and I am getting a little tired. So, and I think my black circle on this side's getting worse, but I'm a little tired. I want to go for a walk. You see me sipping on these old coffees. I try not to waste much, but those I'm going to dump. Okay, I'm over that. If it was cold, it might be different, but I'm over that. So, the sun this morning looks like it's doing a good job on the battery packs. The fridge is at 34 degrees Fahrenheit, which is okay. I have it set on 32, but there's still a little warmth in the air. Oh, it's 77 inside, but I haven't opened all the windows today. So, okay, guys, I think I'm going to go. Gee, have a good week. Please get better if you can. I'll talk to you sometime soon. Iris, Beth, everybody, ciao. Pray for each other, you know the drill. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. See ya, and thank you for coming and helping me to feel better about myself by giving to you guys on Sundays. Because when I first got up this morning, I didn't even want to come out here. I was in a mood. And now it's better. I can smile now. I'll go for a walk. Ciao. Whoops. Hand the wrong way. Do it that way. Do I really want to stop? Yes.